Hey everybody! So, new topic. What is responsive design? Responsive design. Alright, so you have a website. We have millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of users out there that are viewing your website on different devices. So, we've got devices with screen sizes like this, viewing angles like this, screen sizes like this, screen sizes like this, and so on and so on. So you see we have a very, very large variety in these tiny little screens like this. We have a very large variety of screen display sizes being used by users worldwide. And smartphone usage, statistically, has been on the rise for many years for obvious reasons, because it's portable, it's simple, it's fast. You know, someone's on the subway or, you know, in a parking lot, sitting on the back of their car, browsing what they're going to eat for lunch, or, you know, what have you. So we have these smartphone, small screen devices being used just regularly. Even, you know, I'm driving down the road with my wife and she's on the phone. She's looking for a veterinarian in the area while we're driving on her smartphone, and she's getting the data and making a phone call as we're driving without having to go home and go on our computer. And this all goes without saying. This is very normal, routine stuff today. I'm just giving very basic examples. So, so why is it important that your website is actually properly WordPress responsive and responsive at all? Well, first of all, if you've seen any of my earlier videos, you know that I fully condone WordPress and suggest it for nearly 90% of the businesses that I work with. And there are many reasons for that, which I'm going to cover later. But think of responsive design in relation to WordPress as an all-encompassing website solution, yet having the power of delivering your content to individual devices, screen sizes, and presenting the information that you want to present based on these screen sizes. For example, if you're a wedding photographer, this is just a basic example. You're a wedding photographer and your home page on your website has 50 or more images, these very large, beautiful images, but you realize, and this is a very technical point, and this is something obviously on this end, that's something I think about, but we've got to consider when somebody is opening on this small device screen, many times they are on a 3G, 4G connection, which means basically it's not going to be as fast as your home internet in most cases. So that means the data that you want to give them, you don't want to give them too much, all these images to load up. So we want to, based on these screen devices or potentially even the actual connection speed, we want to serve up only the very basic information, maybe a few images to eliminate that long load time. And again, this is just an example, but let's say the person's looking for a wedding photographer, they're out running around, they're waiting in line somewhere, they're searching the internet, they want to see a portfolio really quickly, and they find your site and they're waiting for 5 minutes and the thing's not loading, so they're going to the next one. They're waiting 30 seconds and it's not loading, so they're going to the next site. And so therefore you can see why it is critical to be able to cater to these device screen sizes and serve up just enough, and again, determining whether they're the screen size and what type of connection they might have, assuming some of this to present that data in the best possible format. Now that was like a wedding photographer, but let's think about a business as well. You can apply it just as easily to any type of business. When you're presenting data, for example, let's say you're a service company of some kind, or a it could be a contractor, it could be any type of service provider, a plumber, anything like that. You might want to present a very quick loading screen that just brings up your phone number, your address, and some basic info about where you're located, maybe your company, and what you specialize in. So this could actually give somebody immediate, instant availability to your website, again, searching online through their browser, through a slower network connection, or even another connection that's faster, but presenting the data in such a way so it's immediately and readily available and easy to see. So again, that's really in a nutshell what responsive design is. And so using WordPress in relation to responsive design, a lot of the trial and error has been completely sorted out, which much of the tools that are available in WordPress today in terms of the responsive aspects of a website. So if you saw my earlier presentations on WordPress migration, you'll understand now better what I meant by responsive aspects when doing that migration and what that benefits you. So hopefully this helps clear up what a responsive design is, but just think of responsive in a very, very simple terms as your website responds based on the screen size that the end user is viewing your site on. So if you can think in terms of how you want to present your information based on an iPhone screen or an Android screen, depending on what device they're using, obviously some of the screens are different sizes on different devices. But I think you get the picture. So hopefully that helps clear it up, but that's what a responsive design is, and in a nutshell, how it can effectively make your business more available and more productive in a modern, ever-increasing smartphone market, not to mention tablets and iPads and other devices that obviously have smaller screens and many times often are connecting from slower connections, so you have to consider much more about what you're presenting. Thank you very much, and I will be back with more info today.